Well, hey guys, welcome back in the garage. Now in this video we're going to be taking a look at the all new Sys VPL pannier from SwMotech and all its associated gubbins. So if you're interested, stay tuned. See you in a few. So this is the Sys waterproof pannier for the S1000XR in its large version. This comes in a small, medium, large. Depends on what bike you have. Depends on what carrier system you have on your particular machine, which we'll cover in a sec. Depends on which bag will fit your bike. But for the S1000, I have got the L, which is, I believe, from 27 to 40 litres of volume. Mounts on my Pro side carrier, which we'll talk about in a second, but it just basically mounts onto the bike as you would normally do with the usual sort of hard pannier. Now this is a fully waterproof sort of soft bag pannier, which I'm sure a lot of you have seen. It comes with two clips at the top. You've got this front sort of opening at the top, and it's a roll bag sort of construction. So this is like I think you call it a TPU material, so it's fully waterproof. Comes with a roll bag at the top. Undo that to expose the organizer that it comes with inside, which gives you a few compartments which are adjustable. They're sort of Velcro, so you can adjust your organizer to your particular needs. Fill the pannier, roll down the top roll. Velcro top, two clips on the top. These are sort of located at the top of the bag, so if you do have a tip over, you do have a spill, you won't break the buckles. That's the idea behind it. If your buckles were mounted on the sides and you did drop your bike, it's highly likely that you break the clasp and you won't be able to seal your pannier. So that's an ideal sort of feature. Mollet patch on the side here on the front, which is a sort of typical SwMotech, or the majority of manufacturers these days are working with these mollet patches, so you can add accessories to the front of the pannier, or to the sides, should I say. Likewise on the front, you've got some straps here at the front and to the rear, so if you wanted to add any other accessories, fuel canisters, water bottles, etc., sky is the limit. Reflective patches front and rear, sort of a hard carry handle at the top there, so you can take these off, whip them off and take them off into your hotel. You've got some loops, various loops located around the pannier. Basically, I think you can install a security cable if you wanted to actually secure them to the bike, but that wouldn't be an essential thing for me. I'd whip them off straight away into the hotel, but you can do that if you so wished. SwMotech do provide an accessory which actually secures them to your particular bike. Now to remove these from the bike, I just press down on the clasp at the back, pull up, and the pannier comes off as such. Now although it's a soft pannier, it does they do provide this hard ruggedized or aluminium powder coated rear adapter for it, which basically keeps it sort of much more rigid at the back, and you can actually then mount it a lot easier to your Pro side carrier or the Evo side carrier. It's worth bearing in mind this is the L version. It will only mount to either the Pro, which you'll see in here, the Pro side carrier, or the Evo side carrier. If you order them in medium or small, they will be mounted, or they fit on the SLC side carrier, which is a slightly smaller side carrier that you'd see on sort of smaller naked bikes. But I could actually mount the medium or the small onto the Pro side carrier. Bit of a mouthful, bit complicated, with a separate adapter kit if I wanted to, but I thought I'd go with the large. So let's go over onto the bench and I'll show you how it's all mounted and how it's all put together. So basically in the kit that you get this rear adapter plate and all the sort of various mounting brackets that you need, all the screws, instructions, etc. But first off, before we sort of get going, I mean, the adapter plate is mounted to the back of the pannier with 4 straps. But first off, we need to get the mounting brackets located and seated onto the adapter before we actually mount it to the pannier. So it shows you on here, it tells you exactly everything you need to do. Here it says then again at the top there that This Sysbag VP in the large version will only mount to the Evo or Pro side carrier. So they got it in black and white there, and it tells you the orientation of each sort of each mounting bracket, where they all go. Because of the sort of high adjustability levels of these, you can move these about depending on the adapter or the side carrier that you're using. There's a high amount of adjustability with these, so that's a good thing. Now, obviously, depending on what side you're mounting these brackets to, either the left-hand side or the right-hand side, depends on where this rear bracket goes with the release catch. So you have to pay attention to that, but it explains it in the instructions. So basically, I've got to mount these various mounting points in and around this bracket before I mount it to the back of the pannier. Messed that one up, didn't I? Oh, and that one. Brilliant. So 4 screws, 4 nuts per mounting bracket, and repeat 4 times. Let's do that now. Tighten to 3 Newton meters. This thing does about 250. Right, off of the job, Sean. Champion. Two. Obviously got a bit of prep to do with these, but it's nothing too strenuous. Over a pint. Bosh. Right, so that's all our mounting brackets on, or mounting clasps, whatever you want to call them. So now we can add it or install it to the back of the pannier. So first strap goes around the front, through the back, up to the top, out the top loop, through the double D and back and through securing elastics. So do that twice. So that's the 2 front and rear, or top and bottom if you like, whatever you want to call it. And you've got four straps on the side that do the exact same thing, that are just secured on the side of the pannier. That's just a simple in through the side, back through the double D. And you've got a little Velcro securing strap then to keep that secure and to stop it sort of flapping in the wind or getting tied up anywhere. So do that 4 times, but just to speed up the process, I'll show you on the pannier that I've already finished. So, if by magic. So I've got the two straps that go from the bottom underneath, secure at the top, secured in the elastics at the top, and all 4 sort of straps on the side. So you've got one at the top, one at the bottom, on both sides of the pannier. And that's it, that's the adapter plate then secured to the back of the pannier, and it's then ready to be installed on the bike. Now, in with the kit, they come with 4 different spindles. Now, these spindles have come off my Urban ABS pannier system for the Pro side carrier, but they are similar in size, but these black ones are slightly smaller. But I'm not exactly sure why they need to be installed, because it still fits beautifully with these spindles on. That seems into place lovely, so I'm not exactly sure why that they're included. Perhaps if you wanted to install it differently, I'm not sure, because you can actually install these panniers as sort of a top box on the adventure rack, which means you can then, I haven't installed it on this bike, but you can then sort of ratchet your pannier as a sort of a top bag or a top box onto the adventure rack. So you can use these as panniers, or as a sort of a top box, which is awesome, and it's still just secure on the back of the bike there as a top box. So awesome, you could probably get at least 4 pieces in the back of that. So if you are wanting to use your panniers as a top box, top bag, whatever you want to call it, it is actually possible. As you can see here on the instructions, either you're using the SwMotech steel rack or the adventure rack, which I have. via the spindles that you attach to it, you can attach this pannier straight to the two brackets. If you are using a top box already from SwMotech via their adapter plates, that is an adapter plate for the street rack, and that is the adapter plate for the aluminium rack. You can also attach it to that as well. So if you've got all this already on your bike, it's just a case of changing the spindles over, and you can attach this pannier to your bike as a top box. And then on the other side, it shows you if you're using the Sysbag small or mediums, you'll obviously have a different bracket. It's a smaller adapter plate. It's not this large one here, so it's probably sort of 2/3 of that for the medium. And it shows you obviously again on where you can attach it, on what fittings it comes with, and what rack and system you can attach it to. So that's ideal. Now, if you are using this either as a pannier or a top box or a top bag, you can put a laptop in this large bag. So just to quickly show you, that's something I get asked a lot about: panniers, whether helmets will fit in, or laptops. This is the large, so this will fit a laptop in no problem whatsoever. Either you want to put it at the front or to the rear. I'd probably suggest putting it at the rear. So that's a standard size laptop, because if you were to have a spill or you drop your bike, if your laptop's on the outside of this bag, it's probably going to get damaged. So I would possibly put it at the back where your other belongings might protect it a touch. But there you go, a standard size laptop will fit in the Sys WP large. Now, as we touched on before, this comes with, as I said, the molar patch on the outside of these panniers, which means you can attach all kinds of stuff to the outsides of these. Sky's the limit on whatever accessories you want to put on there. Doesn't necessarily have to come from SwMotech. A lot of companies work with these molar patches. It's basically just an accessory like this one here, which is the Pro Plus bag. So basically via these straps, you just intertwine them onto the molar patch, and this will then sort of attached to the outside of your pannier. So it's just another accessory, another sort of bag where you can put some belongings. You could possibly use that as a toolbox, first aid kits, whatever you want to put in there, spare gloves, and just the stuff that you want to get at to easier or quickly. So there's that option for you. So that is the panniers installed with the adapter plate on the S1000XR for 2021. I think it's a really stylish looking bag. Really sort of good, well made, good quality bag. So I'm looking forward to putting these through the test for this year. I'm going to be using them a few times. Looks wise, I'll put maybe some shots up on the screen. It's a more sort of adventure bike orientated pannier. Yes, for a bike of this nature, a sort of a sports tourer, you might want to go down a sort of urban ABS pannier, which I do have on the bike, which is sort of a more sportier pannier, but you're not going to get half as much in them as you will with these. These being fully waterproof, awesome. So the practicality of these is going to be amazing for me. So you might argue, yes, you could sacrifice a bit of style, a bit of a sporty look for practicality of these panniers. So looking forward to getting them out on the road, getting a trip done, and seeing how they handle it, which I'm sure I'll get back to you on how they perform. So yeah, hopefully that's been of interest to you. If you've got any comments, questions, or queries, then do fire them me down in the comment section below. But until next time, I've been Sean. See you in the next one.